Hey guys, it's official Bloodborne here, and about a week ago I asked you guys what you guys wanted for our next video, PvP, I forgot the other choices, and why I prefer Bloodborne over Dark Souls. They are both really great games, but I think Bloodborne appeals to me just a lot more. It could be just because maybe I started it first, it's my first Souls game I ever played, but I prefer it a lot more. I just finished Dark Souls 3 with a friend that helped me. You know who you are. Um, anyways, let's just start right into it. Gameplay in Dark Souls and Bloodborne are similar, but they have different techniques you use. Like in the parrying, the visceral attacks are all different. In Dark Souls, you have to hit them with their shield, which is, in my opinion, 4 times billion. I don't care, much harder to parry than in Bloodborne, because in Bloodborne you can just spam R1. Anyways, but the gameplay is just, once again, Bloodborne is so much faster. Your hunter, every dodge you make, if you're locked onto a target, you jot forward, side to side, backwards. In Dark Souls, you roll every single time. I swear, you roll, and it's so much slower. It seems like you're running a lot slower than you actually are in your characters. It's just everything's more laid back, it feels like. And of course, that's coming from a person who's played Bloodborne before Dark Souls. Maybe it's a lot different if it's the other way around. But the gameplay is so much different. The bosses, everything. It's just bosses are more faster paced. It's totally, speeds are different. That's probably the main thing. That's my biggest point about why I like Bloodborne. It's more faster paced. I feel like you have better chances to fight, and yeah. Bosses in Bloodborne seem to be a little better for me. One, because they have a lot of health, which makes it seem like a boss fight. I remember in Dark Souls when I first started, I got to the first boss like pretty fast, and I ran into him, and I got him on my first try. Like, it didn't even take me anything. I used whatever, a Dusk's Flask, or whatever I keep saying right, or wrong. And I just remember it was like simple, and I was like, oh, well, okay. Same with the something from Boreal Valley. I don't know Dark Souls really. Anyways, and like, I feel like every boss in Bloodborne, except like Witches of Hemwick or something, had like a long time of fighting. It seemed like it was forever and ever, and it was just so amazing. Like, I didn't regret one battle. Whatever, it takes like 5 minutes, maybe 2, I don't know, depends on the boss. But like, it's just so much better, and the bosses they fit the game perfectly. They're all beasts. They all have to do with something in the story, and they're so great, and they can do different things. They get triggered halfway through, and they start blowing crap up, start throwing stuff. I don't know. Ludwig apparently pulls out a sword, but it's just, I love the ideal better than Dark Souls. But don't get me wrong, Dark Souls bosses were aggravating, but even with help, I believe I could have gone Dark Souls bosses very quick, which would have been not too hard. I can go on and on all day about dislikes and likes about Bloodborne or Dark Souls, so I'm just gonna bring up 2 or 3 maybe parts on each. Likes on Bloodborne, I do love the transformation of the weapons. I do like I don't know, just the normal enemies right before the bosses. I think they're creative. I think they fit the mood and the area around the game perfectly. I don't see any other thing which I don't think Dark Souls had. I mean, I think they put a little too many skeletons everywhere. That got a little annoying. It's like, where are all the other bosses, or the people that look cool that you can fight? You can't. They're just there to shoot you with arrows on top of this thing. Or maybe I just don't know how to get up there. I don't know. But I felt like they were more creative on that. Likes about Dark Souls would be probably how you can travel anywhere without having to go back to the Fire Lake Shrine. That just got a little annoying in Bloodborne, how I had to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I got used to it after a while. A dislike about Bloodborne I would have is probably the camera. I don't know what it is, but I always get stuck with the camera, or maybe the servers. I feel like the servers are a little underrated. how you can't connect to someone's world as easily. I feel like in Dark Souls it's a lot faster or something. But yeah, that's a dislike and a like about those two games. I hope no one gets offended by these ratings, but I just hope this is my opinion and it's not like something that has to hopefully hurt you guys. But if I had to give Dark Souls a rating out of 1 through 10, I would probably just give it maybe a 6 or a 7. Hope that's not bad. If maybe hopefully not to you guys, but I don't know. I never actually fully got the experience that I really wanted out of a Souls game. Dark Souls 3 in particular, I would give a 6 or a 7. Dark Souls 2 I thought was a little better, a little bit. I played it a while back, so I don't remember that well because I don't have it anymore. But I would probably give that maybe a 7 or an 8. But Bloodborne, I would say, nothing's really a perfect 10, so I'm just gonna give it a 9. I feel like it appeals to me a lot more. The bosses, the gameplay, the environment, the music just really gets me every time. But I think Bloodborne overall is just a very good Souls game. I'm hoping they'll come out with the second one. I know they just ended the Souls, but I'm not surprised they had to end it somehow. But I'm just dying or bloodthirsty Bloodborne fan or something. I appreciate the games a lot better than I played with Dark Souls. So hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys a little later.